everybody. I'm excited. It's a new month, so it's a new theme, a new virtue, and I can't wait. This month we're going to be talking about integrity. Integrity is a super big word, and it's choosing to be truthful in whatever you say and do. And I'm just so excited. It's kind of fun. We've got like this whole dramatic drop the act theme. And it's because, sometimes we put on masks and we're just not true to who we are. We can put on a mask and pretend to be somebody one way. And so we're really going to be diving in and really exploring what it looks like to really take off that mask and be truthful. And so I'm really excited. So you guys look a little nervous to be sitting at this table full of delicious food. They're not excited about this. So we're going to play a little game now, and it's called Taste Test. So you guys get to put on blindfolds, and you're going to taste some items, both of you at the same time. When you think you know what it is, raise your hand. If I call your name, you can shout out what it is. If you're wrong, the other person can guess. We're going to keep guessing until we get it right. Okay. Got it? Don't worry. I'm always nice to you guys, right? Okay, so mask up. This is a new version of masking. It's over your eyes, not your nose and mouth. Good. They can't see a thing, right? Byron, how many fingers am I holding up?
2.
Yeah.
13.
Oh, good guess. 13. Yes, I have 13 fingers. Oh my goodness, Alex, you're hilarious. Okay, I've got a gourmet plate here right in front of each of you. And I think we'll start here today. Oh, no, I think we'll start here. This'll be fun. Okay. So first item is right there on your plate. So go ahead and you can reach on your plate and try and guess what that is.
Is it pasta?
It is pasta.
I don't even taste that. I know what that is.
You could hear Byron crunch, and you knew. That's right. It was pasta. Okay. So oh wait, we've got lots more, Byron. Here we go. All right, I just cleared the pasta off. Okay. Ready? Next up, you're really gonna like this one. Okay, go ahead and over here. Yeah, there you go. All right, you can try now.
Is it more pasta?
It is not pasta. Byron, a guess?
It just tastes like uncooked pasta.
It tastes like uncooked pasta.
Is it like ramen?
It's not ramen. I would kind of count that pasta, I promise.
I don't know.
No guess, Byron? No guess? Okay. It was dehydrated potatoes. I guess that could taste like pasta. You guys are sure being good sports about this. That was about the worst of it, I promise. Here we go. All right. Next up. Sometimes I wish you could actually see what this is, because it's so beautiful. But okay, go ahead and try that. They're taking little itty bitty bites. What is it?
Sprinkle.
It's sprinkles. That's right. Sprinkles are for winners. Good job. You guys are doing just a super, super job in this game. Oops, and I've made a little bit of a mess. That's okay. We'll get that cleaned up. Oh, here, you get your plates back. All right, we've got a couple more. You guys are doing a really great job. Okay, next up. You might like this one. Okay, there you go. Plates are loaded.
Is it like a Oreo cookie or like the? It's got frosting on it.
It has frosting on it. Byron, any guesses?
Is Is it a moon pie?
It is a moon pie. Do you guys want to finish that?
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, you can have that one. Okay. Next item. Okay, you guys know where that is on your plate, right? Next item. Here we go.
This one's an Oreo.
You can already tell?
I can tell.
Mine doesn't have a top.
Well, it does. It's on your plate.
Oh.
Do you not like Oreos unless they have tops? Alex likes them. And who... Is it Kyle that takes it and scrapes it, I think, maybe? There's a fun way to eat an Oreo. All right. Are you guys ready for your next item?
All right.
Okay, here you go.
Is it I don't know the name.
It's a cracker.
Yeah.
It's the kind like when you're sick, right?
Saltine
A
cracker.
saltine. That's right. All right. Final ones. Here we go. Now, this is a cup, and you're going to want to actually drink this. Okay, to try it. Go ahead.
I can smell it. I already know what it is.
What is it?
It's maple syrup. I don't need to drink that.
I'm good.
Okay. And the next item is, hold on, right here. Go ahead.
I can't smell it.
I should have made a rule, no smelling.
Oh, this one's chocolate sauce.
Okay, good job. And the last one. You didn't want to drink your chocolate sauce, Byron?
Not really.
Okay, last one. And they'll drink this.
This one's soda.
Yes, this one's Pepsi, America's favorite beverage. Good?
Yep.
Fabulous. And there you have it, a taste test. Why in the world did we do this? You'll have to stay tuned for Bible story. But first, I think we need to dance off some of those calories. What do you guys think? Worship now.
You hold the world in your hands. You put the stars into place. You help me understand, and you guide me for all my days. And everything I do, I will keep my eyes on you.
can absolutely put our trust in God. I love that. And I love this next song we're going to sing. It's brand new this month, and it really is a beautiful song about trusting Jesus. Will you join me and sing now?
Before the day I took a breath, you had a plan for my every step. You promised to always be by my side. I believe that you are the way, you are the truth, you are the light. So I sing this to you. You keep your promises every day. I will believe in everything that you say. Yeah, in the dark I know you're making a way. Jesus, I will trust you. You're always good at everything that you do, and I know everything that you say is true. And every moment you are leading me through. Jesus, I will trust you. I wanna be honest and true and do what's right the way you do. You're teaching me to take a stand and live for you, 'cause I believe that you are the way, you are the truth, you are the light. So I sing this to you. You keep your promises every day. I will believe in everything that you say. Yeah, in the dark I know you're making a way. Jesus, I will trust you. You're always good at everything that you do, and I know everything that you say is true. And every moment you are leading me through. Jesus, I will trust you. Even in the moments I feel alone, I know I can trust that you're working and holding my world in your hands. Even in the moments I feel alone, I know I can trust that you're working and holding my world in your hands. You are the way, you are the truth, you are the life. So I sing this to you. You keep your promises every day. I will believe in everything that you say. Yeah, in the dark I know you're making a way. Jesus, I will trust you. You're always good at everything that you do, and I know everything that you say is true. And every moment you are leading me through. Jesus, I will trust you.
Isn't that a great, fun new song? I'm so excited to sing it. You know, I'm really excited too about this next song. It's one we did over VBS. It's called Never Give Up, and it's a little tricky move-wise, but it's got such a beautiful message to it. And as we're going into our awesome Bible story today about Daniel, we learn that he and his buddies, they never gave up, just like Jesus never gives up on us. So join me as we sing Never Give Up.
You're always with us. You never said you had enough. You never give up, no matter what comes. You're always faithful, and you're more than able. You always finish what you begun. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me. Oh, making me all that I can be. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up, never gonna give up on me. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up, never gonna give up on me. You're always with us. You never said you had enough. You never give up, no matter what comes. You're always faithful, and you're more than able. You'll always finish what you've begun. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me. Oh, making me all that I can be. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. never gonna give up on me. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up, never gonna give up on me. You never tire or sleep, you're always faithful to me. In everything you begin, you will complete it. You never tire or sleep, you're always faithful to me. In everything you begin, you will complete it. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me. Oh, making me all that I can be. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up, never gonna give up on me. I'll keep on trusting in the one who never will give up on me. Never ever gonna give up, never gonna give up on me. Yeah, yeah. You're never gonna quit working on me, making me all that I can be. Oh, you're never gonna quit working on me, working on me, working on me.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story.
Well, here we are with a table full of food again. You know, Alex, you and I really like food, don't we?
It's certainly true. I like food a lot.
I do too. And, you know, we got to play a game with food, and now we're going to tell a Bible story with food.
How awesome.
I know, I'm really excited about it. But today's story really does involve food and integrity. So remember, integrity is our virtue this month, and it's choosing to be truthful in whatever you say and do. And I'm really excited about this. So today, our Bible story, it's actually an Old Testament story, and it's about a guy named Daniel. You might have heard about the time when Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. That's the same Daniel that we're talking about today. But this actually happened before that, if you can imagine. It happened many years earlier. In fact, they believe that Daniel was like a teenager or a very young man when this took place. During that time, God's people, they weren't really following God and worshiping. So, unfortunately, the land where they lived, Judah, was conquered by the king of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar. King Nebuchadnezzar didn't respect God or God's people, the Israelites. The king even took some of the special objects out of God's temple and kept them for himself. To make things worse, King Nebuchadnezzar wanted to make sure God's people wouldn't try to rise up against him. So he took Daniel and many other young men back to Babylon with him. This is their story. And today, we'll use some of my favorite veggies and junk food. All right. Well, let me introduce you to our characters. First, we've got Daniel. Alex is going to help us, so he knows. Here's Daniel. He acts as the head of our group, so he's a little bit bigger maybe than the rest of them. All right. The rest of his friends are who were also Israelites brought to Babylon. We know them today as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then we have the Babylonians. The chief of the king's court officials was named Ashpenaz. That's the big guy there. Here's King Nebuchadnezzar himself. Oh, with the little crown on top. And last we have the guard in charge of Daniel and his friends. That's him. Now that you know everyone, let's get started. It all began when the king gave Ashpenaz an order to find young men who were smart and healthy to serve in his palace. Ashpenaz chose Daniel and others from Judah to come to Babylon. So there's Ashpenaz, and he's got Daniel and some others to come from Judah to Babylon. Ashpenaz began to teach them the Babylonian language and writings. You see, King Nebuchadnezzar was trying to get them to become like the Babylonians, since they now lived in the Babylonian Empire. The Babylonians believed in lots of false gods. So Ashpenaz trained Daniel and his friends for 3 years. He even gave them new names to try to get them to become more Babylonian. So in the Bible, you can find this in the book of Daniel. That's in the Old Testament, chapter 1, verse 7. He gave Daniel the name Belteshazzar. That's fun to say, isn't it? It sounds really like an unusual name, a very strong name. He gave Hananiah the name Shadrach. He gave Mishael the name Meshach. And he gave Azariah the name Abednego. Okay, back when the guys lived in Israel, their names were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. But to make them more Babylonian, they were given new names: Belteshazzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Those are the names we know the 3 of the guys by today. And we'll still call Daniel Daniel, since that's the name he uses all through the book of the Bible he wrote that we're reading. So Ashpenaz gave all 4 of the guys new names so they would seem more Babylonian. That's amazing, right? I don't know. What if I gave you a new name because you work with kids? What name would I give you?
I don't know. Kid Wrangler?
I was thinking like Ally Wally Doodle all day.
Oh, that works too.
There we go. The king and Ashpenaz wanted Daniel and his friends to be more like Babylonians. So they tried to change how they spoke, how they looked, and how they ate. The king had his servants give the men food from his own table. Normally, this would have been a great honor. However, this food was different from the food the Jewish people ate in order to honor God. Daniel didn't want to dishonor God by eating the king's food. So he asked Ashpenaz for permission not to eat it. But Ashpenaz refused. Ashpenaz knew that anyone who ate from the king's table would look strong and well-fed. He was afraid of what the king might do if Daniel and his friends looked worse than the other young men who were part of the king's training. He said in Daniel chapter 1, verse 10, "I'm afraid of the king. He is my master. He has decided what you and your 3 friends must eat and drink. Other young men are the same age as you. Why should he see you looking worse than them? When he sees how you look, he might kill me." After Ashpenaz said no, Daniel went and spoke to the guard who was in charge of them. So Daniel asked the guard, "Please test us for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat, and give us only water to drink. Then compare us with the young men who eat the king's food. See how we look. After that, do what you want to." It was a big risk. If Daniel and his friends only ate vegetables and water, how could they possibly look as strong and healthy as the other young men who were eating the king's food? The guard agreed, though, to let them try. After the 10 days, Daniel and his friends looked healthy and well-fed. I mean, look at them! So big and strong. A little brown on the edges. In fact, they looked even better than any of the young men who ate the king's food. So the guard didn't try to make them eat the king's special food anymore. He allowed them to keep eating just vegetables and water so they could honor God. And that's not all. God continued to give Daniel and his friends knowledge and understanding of all kinds. Daniel could even understand other people's dreams. When Daniel and his friends finished their 3 years of training, Ashpenaz brought them before the king. The king talked with them. He asked them for advice about the difficult things that required them to have great wisdom and understanding. While the other young men who were training to serve the king used all sorts of ways to try to impress him, King Nebuchadnezzar, he couldn't find anyone equal to Daniel and his friends. The answers that Daniel and his friends gave were 10 times better than those of the others. God had protected them and helped them succeed. Great job, actors. They did an amazing job. You know, I love this story, and I love that we told it with vegetables and then some junk food. Because don't get me wrong, the junk food, it tastes really good, but sometimes it makes our tummy hurt, and it doesn't make us as well equipped. And that's what I love. Daniel knew he wanted to be well equipped for what God was calling him to. He used integrity. Daniel and his friends served King Nebuchadnezzar and Babylon for years. They eventually became the king's most trusted advisors. But even though they served the king of Babylon, they never stopped standing strong for the one true God in everything they said and did. They showed what it looks like to live with integrity, even though they were in a whole new place and people tried to get them to change who they were. They didn't stop following God. They chose to trust God no matter what. Just like Daniel and his friends, you can choose to live with integrity. You can choose to be truthful in whatever you say and do. Remember, be truthful with your whole life. Let's pray and ask God to help us do that. God, we just thank you so much for this story. God, what a courageous man Daniel was to ask to not eat the food from the king's table, but to eat vegetables and to drink water and to be strengthened by you. God, we want to be people like Daniel who live by integrity, who choose truth to operate in. We love you, God, and we just thank you because all of your word is true, and we just praise you today. Amen.
Amen.
So, friends, I love this. I know most of you are still doing social distance learning, so you're still doing school at home, but I know schools are starting to open back up, and pretty soon you're going to start being around people again, your friends, and you know, everybody's had kind of a long period of time at home, and everybody's home life looks a little different. And so, you know, your mom might pack you bananas and broccoli or yummies in your lunch, and your buddy might have cookies and Twinkies and chips. And that's not going to be the most challenging debate there is. But I just want to challenge you to really seek the Lord in His strength and live with integrity, because God's got a great plan for you and you can trust Him. So what a great story, and we've got some fun activities to help us learn more about integrity. So stay tuned for activities. All right, so we've got some super fun activities today, and I'm excited about it. So we've got some very fresh Play-Doh, very exciting. And so what you're going to do is you're actually going to sculpt a vegetable. Maybe it's your favorite vegetable, or maybe, like me, you prefer fruits, not vegetables. Although I do a pretty good job of eating vegetables these days, so it could be your least favorite too. Okay. But think of a vegetable, and while you're sculpting that, I've got just a couple of fun questions for you. Why were Daniel and his friends chosen to serve in the king's court? Do you guys know?
They were good guys.
They were good guys. They were smart. They were healthy. Those are great things. Do you remember how long Daniel and his friends were supposed to train for?
3 years.
3 years. That is such a long time. Can you imagine when Byron's mom and I and our friend Denise trained for our half marathon? We trained for like not even a year, and we were like exhausted by it. So I can't imagine training for 3 years. Oh. All right, true or false? The king ordered his servant Ashpenaz to teach the Babylonian language. True?
True.
That's right, remembered? They had to learn the language, and they got new names, remember? They turned into Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel. Belteshazzar. So, very interesting names. I think you're making French fries.
No, close. Asparagus.
Asparagus.
I'm making the same thing.
You're
Oh, are
making.
you?
Oh.
Never mind.
So
Mine are peas. Not peas. Yeah, no. Green beans.
Snap
There
peas.
you-
Green beans.
There you go.
I
Mine are
like
green beans.
green beans. Yours has a pointy crown. It looks like the Veggie Tales.
Sure.
The asparagus one. Yes. Do you like asparagus? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's so good to know. Now I know what to serve you when you come over for dinner. And do you like green beans?
Not very many green beans.
And do you like asparagus?
No, I don't like asparagus. I really don't like asparagus.
What is your favorite vegetable?
Potatoes, probably.
Potatoes. I like them. Fried, mashed. Good stuff. All right. So you guys did a really great job. You can put your Play-Doh away. And now we're going to play a little game. So Dancing with the Stars is kind of a silly show on TV where they have people dance and they score them based on how good of a job they're doing dancing. So you guys get to be the judges. But you're not judging like on a number scale. You're either judging if the scenario that I described shows integrity or not integrity. Integrity, not integrity. There you go. Now we're in unison. All right. So here we go. I'm going to read these. You find $10 in the sofa cushion.
Oh, man.
You check to see if anyone is watching, then stick it in your pocket.
Ooh.
Integrity, not integrity.
It's a tough
like
one.
That's like 10 candy bars, but it's not integrity.
Not integrity. Nope. The right thing to do is not to look and see who's watching, but to look for who the owner of the $10 is. The cashier at the store only charges you for 2 candy bars, but you have a third in your hand. When you realize the mistake, you walk back into the store to pay for the third candy bar. Does that show integrity or not integrity?
Integrity.
Integrity, good choice. You promised your room you would clean your room. You quickly shove everything under the bed. Integrity or not integrity?
Not integrity.
Not integrity.
I think some people at home might be guilty of that.
I think so too.
I know I could be guilty of that sometimes.
I know, right? I have a story, but I'm not going to share it. You said you would finish your homework. You sit down and finish it, even though you'd rather play video games.
Sounds like integrity to me.
That sounds like a great thing to do. Okay, listen to this one. Your brother or sister left their new iPad on their bed, and you've used all your screen time for the day. You sneak in their room and download your very favorite app onto it. Integrity or not integrity? Not integrity. No, you used your screen time, right? It's there as a safeguard for you. You are at a friend's house when they start watching a movie that you know you're not allowed to watch. You suggest a different movie, and everyone agrees to watch it instead. Integrity, not integrity.
Integrity.
Integrity, that's such a good idea. All right, I really like this last one. Your mom asks if you've brushed your teeth. You tell her yes, but you didn't really brush them.
Oh, man.
Not integrity, and let me tell you, your dentist will know too. All right, good job, you guys. It's so fun. I know there's a lot of tough things in life, and sometimes we have to know, do the right thing or not. And of course, what God wants us to do is to do what is truthful and right. And so we want to honor God by doing the right thing and showing integrity. Our verse this month is from Proverbs 10:9, and it says, anyone who lives without blame walks safely, but anyone who takes a crooked path will get
Caught.
caught. That's right. So I've got 2 lines here, and I'm just going to move Mr. Daniel, as we knew him, down this. And I want you guys to go ahead and say the verse.
Anyone who lives without blame walks safely, but anyone who takes a crooked path will get caught. Proverbs 10:9.
Great job. And so you can do this at home. You could do this super giant size. You could take it outside and get a rope and practice walking the line and saying the verse. Or you can go on a very crooked path in circles and say it. Can you guys help me say it?
All right.
Okay. Anyone who lives without blame walks safely. But anyone who takes the crooked path will get caught. Proverbs 10:9. It even took this little King Nebuchadnezzar so much longer to get through the path because it's crooked.
Oh, man.
It's just wrath. This is a great way for you to get to know this month's Bible memory verse, and I'm really throwing out a big challenge. So kids at home, learn this verse, because if you know this verse and come visit us at the Costume Carnival, there's a special prize. So there you go. Challenge on. Proverbs 10:9. I know you can put it in your heart. Have an awesome week, and I look forward to seeing you guys Wednesday, Kingdom Kids Virtually. Take care, everyone.